My work is for the community half the time. And in that half time, I want the work to reach as many people as possible. I want people to feel empowered by seeing the conduits of myself and others with typewriters, maybe without typewriters, but I want people to interact with artists, and I want people to interact as writers and to leave some of the weight that they're carrying, because we're all carrying invisible weight. And I want those people to hold their weight up like a gift for the artist and for the writer. And I want the artist and the writer to pick it up briefly, not to carry it on their back like so many artists and writers are apt to do. But I want the artist and the writer to hold up that gift of struggle for a moment. Sniff it, rattle it, shake it. Take one ribbon that's wrapped around this present of pain, admire it, put it back around the present, and tell the person whose gift of pain it is the glory of that pain and the lesson that that person is getting from it that no one else is getting, because that pain is also their gift. And I want artists and writers who I work with to be able to do that and to grow from it as well, because I think ultimately that is the finest thing that the Creator can do for all who have been created, is to not take away the pain, but to return it in a transformed state that is bearable. I was told by a friend that I would really like this woman, Mikhail Shapiro, and that she was putting together a Halloween tradition that she did every year called the Danse Macabre, and she would play that traditional Danse Macabre music, and she would put up a big sheet, and then she had all sorts of people from the community, whoever was interested, come over to her house. And she did this cool trick where like she would get a shoebox and she'd cut out eyes in the shoebox, and then she'd put the top back on the shoebox, but she'd stick a flashlight in there, and then she'd go right up to the sheet and she'd turn on the flashlight, and you'd just see like these floating eyeballs ascending, and she just knew all these tricks. It was incredible. Just out of a bed sheet and cardboard and duct tape, she could create anything, and I was just entranced. And so the next time she did it, I was part of it. When I moved back to Milwaukee, she moved to Chicago, and she did it a few times there, and I would go down to Chicago and do it with her. And then one time she came here all the way from Kansas City to do it with me in Milwaukee when she was on a music tour. So we did like a she played guitar, and I did like the whole shadow show when she was playing guitar, and it was like it was sort of like the master giving the student the opportunity to have like a showcase, and that's what it felt like. But like Mikhail, she's amazing, and she's not like a professional shadow puppet lady, but she just knows every trick in the book from just playing as a little girl in her basement, and that's where I learned it from. In the future, I will be releasing books I will be releasing illustrated poems, musings in the next year or two. In the future, I will be releasing a deck of cards that consist of words, and people will be able to use this word deck for doing their own creative writing prompts, for doing self-introspection, meditation, divination, and in the future I'll be doing more acting. I'll be doing radio shows. I'll be in a couple of films, and I never really see myself really giving up any act of creation unless it seems like the lesson I need to take. But I'm superstitious, so I don't really want to say that I'm not going to do anything, because as soon as I say I'm not going to do it, I'm going to have to do it. So I will make art and writing and stories and performances for as long as it is fun and makes sense for me to do so.